Assalamu alaikum. I'm Muhammad Abdul Karim with matric number of BE190009. This is electromagnetic fields and waves course, which is section 2, and we are from group 1 under Dr. Saeed al-Mursidi bin Muhammad Mustam. So our project title is, which is controlling static electricity in industry worldwide. So, and also the application name is Fraser anti-static techniques. So the introduction and background of application. Since the application it is established in 1991, Fraser Anti-Static has specialized in the production of static control devices and static measuring instrumentation, anti-static bars and electrodes for static elimination, dust removal and cleaning, as well as static generation equipment for temporary attraction and air ejection are all manufactured by Fraser for use in the plastics and other industries. So that's all about me. Thank you very much, and I will leave to the next presenter.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Raisaka Benaswamidi, matrix number DE190151, and I will explain to you the theory behind Fraser anti-static eliminators. The theory behind Fraser anti-static techniques is behind the Coulomb's law and the triboelectric series table, the findings of which Charles Augustin de Coulomb and Thales of Miletus respectively. Coulomb's law states that the magnitude of the electrostatic force of interaction between two point charges is directly proportional to the scalar multiplication of the magnitudes of charges and inversely proportional to the square of distance between them. Coulomb's law also states that 1C is equal to 6 times 10 to the power of 18 electrons. So Fraser anti-static is basically it measures the ionization of the electric field, and then it counters measure the polarities to neutralize the field, the materials that has been measured. There is some measurement device from the Fraser anti-static techniques is in the infographic. Then the multiple devices that has been created for this particular topic, which is static electricity. You can read the rest of the infographic. That is all from theory. Thank you.
Hello doctor, my name is Yoganathan, son of Batumalai, metric number DE190094. I'm going to explain about the operation process. The variety turned into the design and the advance in satisfy the growing speeds and the static power stages within the industry. Neo's era makes use of the precious electric powered field dimension gadget that works via the ammeters. The Neos bar degrees in the electrical field and they reply with the aid of the using emitting ions of the alternative polarity to neutralize the charge. So this turned into the main increase and set new requirements in static neutralizations FNCs. DC isocyanations has the longer life than the AC isocyanations, but the DC equipments must be placed as close to the object as possible. So, for any given static eliminator bar type, the single factor having the greatest influence over performance is the distance to the target. There are the the four main things. The first one is the material must be free on the hair. So, the part touching the cute will be not neutralized. The part furthest from the cute will be partially neutralized. Neutralizations depends on the capacitance of the product. A partial expectations to this with the pulse DC static elimination equipments. So the DC isolations has the more ability to neutralize charge which is coupled with another body. So this is because the DC can flow through the AC object unlike the AC. So the second main thing is neutralize before the problem. So there are be several positions in the process where static may be generated. If you neutralize the static too early, it could generate it as the passes roller over through the other process. So position is the static eliminator to neutralize the material at the last possible positions before the problem's area. So now we go on for the third one. So this is the DAS and the static. According to the DAS and the static, statically extracted DAS must be removed as soon as possible after extractions. If the dusty moldings are stored for a few days, the electrostatic extraction can be replaced by the molecular bonding. When this happens, the product cannot be cleaned by the neutralizations, the static charge, and also by using of the blowing off materials. So the products need to be wiped with a wet cloth or with solvents. The lesson here is to neutralize the charge and remove the dust immediately after the extractions. So the last one is heat and static. For the heat and the static, for example, a plastic product is not electrically stable until it is relevantly cooled 40 per degree until to 50 per degree Celsius. It is a typical target figure for electrical stability. The significance of this is that the possible for the hot molding to generate some of the charge after neutralizations if it is hot. This argues that static neutralizations should be wait until the molding has cooled down to the 40 degrees before the neutralizations. However, the arguments for the neutralizations is molding as soon as possible is that they will prevent dust attraction from occurring. We often install small ionization air nozzles on the robot arms to neutralize the molding as soon as it is picked up. Using an ionized air nozzles or blower is beneficial as it helps cool the molding as well as neutralize the charge in the product. So that's all for me. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Ismail Hakimi bin Jaluddin. My metric number is CE200083. I will say about conclusion. In conclusion, Prasis is Minnesota's largest and most experienced provider of autism and early childhood mental health service. Next, Prasis service infant through adult with healthcare, housing, education, and employment. Lastly, these programs are nationally recognized for being high quality, innovative, and individualist to each family. That's all from me. Thank you.